It took us a few minutes, but we were able to put our brains together and make this happen. And now we are live from Kentucky as we originally hoped.
Right.
We are about 20 laps in, is our understanding. And unfortunately,
flag pit stops.
Yep, I'm gonna have to cycle around and try to figure out who the leader is. Maybe you can figure that out for me, Energy.
Yeah, I'm going to do that for you right now.
Yep. So far, from my understanding, there's been 0 cautions to this point, which is good news. A lot of clean.
I believe we had 1 caution.
1 caution, okay. Well, we didn't see it, so there's been 0. And we are going here. All right, and as you see, like here, we got some cars coming down pit road. So pit stops are well underway. We're about halfway, just a little over halfway through stage 1. So we haven't missed too much. Sure, we'll let them got the green flag there. It's always exciting. But we got these guys on pit road. Let's go out here and check out the who we got here. We got the.
I tell you what, man. You want to hear something impressive?
Sure.
VA Redleg is racing in-car view on his YouTube page. He is racing second right now. He has not pitted yet. I did hear him mention he likes to race that view, but he's one of the few on this game that really like to race in-car view.
Look at this 51 truck. That's RKM. He's been having a good run, you know.
VA
this season.
Redleg in the 52, filling in for Crocodile, who is, I believe he's what, like 3rd or 4th in points. He wasn't able to make it tonight. He's filling in for him. He's in 1st place right now.
VA Redleg is?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what truck number is he, by the way?
No, he's the 41, I believe.
It's a 24 truck out there. That's one of my team guys, I believe. Oh yes, 41 is MBN VA Redleg. All right. So interesting little view action here. Just doing some things with the camera, you know. Look at the driver in there. Look at him doing his thing. Got his helmet on. You know, look. Can we see them hands? Look at them hands. Moving the wheel around a little bit. You know, doing his thing, just driving. You know, if it was me, you know, I have a truck. See the back window? I always have my back window open in my Silverado, you know, in real life. So it'd be cool if you like open the back window, get a little breeze, a little fresh air rolling through.
Absolutely.
So
Let the dog get some fresh air as well.
Yeah. See if we can get to the 41. There's my pick to win the race. I'm not sure what position he's in. I can go to, maybe we can check out his YouTube here in a minute and see. But
I was gonna say, who was the other one? J-Mons, you said was the other one that was
that's yep, he's streaming in the 45 truck.
Where's his page?
Look at that.
Because I didn't see it in the truck chat.
Look, you can see him right in the window here, doing his thing. Look, he's holding a steady wheel. It's so steady he doesn't even turn it in the quarters. How about that?
Relatively new to Midnight, and he has put a good impression on a lot of people so far.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think it's pretty
really
cool
good.
that you can see these drivers. Like, that's pretty sweet. You can actually look in here and see.
Where is that link at? Is he on Twitch or is he on YouTube?
He's on YouTube. Justin JUSTN Mons. Looks like he's ready to make a pass here on the. Let's get some TV camera views on the 87 truck possibly. So. And then
Justin underscore Mons, you said?
No, there's no underscore. Just Justin Mons, MONDS.
Let's see if we can find him. Oh, he's live. All right,
Yep, he's live. What position is he in? We're trying to get caught up for anyone who's.
He is in 9th. You got Razor Sharp in 8th. You got Redleg, who just came off pit road.
Oh, we had somebody in the wall there.
In 7th.
Oh, Pat Tace is in a 24. So he's probably up towards the front, I would imagine. He's usually really, really good here. So he's probably towards the front. And then so we should probably see the 41 up there as well, or the 41 you said was the leader?
The 41 went down pit road. He pitted after everybody. He's now 9th.
Okay.
We'll get a good rough estimate of where everyone's at after this stage here, which we are coming to 8 to go in the stage. So we'll get a better after all the technical difficulties that we had. The stage break will probably be beneficial for us more than these guys.
Look at him there inside the truck doing his thing, just taking a little peek around. Ooh, he got real close to the wall right there. But you get close to the wall, and you gotta back this corner up. Sounds to me like he's going in way too hard. You really gotta back those corners up. But maybe it's working for him. But for me, just a little too hard in there. The way it sounded, anyways.
Turn 3 and 4 will make or break your lap. I mean, you really do have to back it up. I mean, not. One thing I understood while testing earlier was you can drive it into the turn with these trucks, and you can get back into it sooner because they're not nearly as fast. But you still have to back the corner up. But the same concept between all 3 main series is you have to back turn 3 up. The banking's different between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I don't know how many people know that, but there is 17-degree banking in 1 and 2 compared to the 14 degrees in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. When you drive this track, you got to be like Juvenile. You got to back that thing up. You know what I mean? Because if you drive it in too deep, dude, like you said, the degrees, the banking, you're going to overdrive the car. And even if you don't overdrive it the first few laps, and maybe you're making some speed, you're going to be wearing that right front out because you're just going to be sliding it all the way across that corner, and it's going to be gone before the end of the run. Well before a lot of those guys that are kind of taking care of their equipment.
And that's why, I mentioned earlier before the stream ended the first time, the guys that had the fast qualifying times like Pat's. Does he have? I mean, I know Pat's. He's a Cup regular. He knows what he's doing. He's one of the better people at this game. But when you're running them fast lap times, and I think you and I just had this conversation the other day about who cares about the fast lap times. It's about who has that right front tire still standing in the long run. Whoever is not losing so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Is going to have a better car.
You've got to have, especially like what we've seen here. Maybe there was one caution, but then the long green flag run. Okay, if you went out there and put down a fire, lap time and took the pole or whatever, you can celebrate. But those typically, not always, there are some guys that can put down those times and then maybe change their setup before the race or whatever. But for the most part, usually when that happens, those guys, you can see them real quick. Maybe get 5, 6, 7, 8 laps in, and then they start to fade, and they fade fast.
A lot of these guys, man, they don't have a qualifying in a race setup. They just have I'm qualifying with what I'm racing with. I'm the same way. There's very few people that actually have multiple setups that are good on the quick run or on the short run in qualifying, and then translate that into the race. It just usually doesn't work for them. But you never know. You got guys in here that know what they're doing. This is the truck lineups that I've seen this year. This is the most stacked field that I have seen. As I believe we are 1 to go in stage 1, so we are going to get. Oh, looks like Jimbo Slice. He was in the number 2 truck. Lost connection. I've seen a couple guys back out right before the race. They said they had storms rolling through. MP Roofer said he had storms rolling through.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. I love me a good storm.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the AJ flavored.
I love a good storm, but yeah, they can do some damage. So I hope everyone's okay and nothing crazy. Maybe just some connectivity issues with the storm. So we'll hopefully see my hair next week. And does that end the stage?
This is the last lap.
Okay. Do we know who the leader is? I'm still confused. We'll get you a rundown, and then
I have no idea. J Mons is in 7th, and he is 13 seconds behind the leader. So you should see the cars start wiggling back and forth as it's the end of the stage, as it is right now. So I'm going to let you know here who our stage winners were.
Yeah, but this will let us get a chance to.
Red Leg first. It was second. Pats is in second. Bags is in third. Oh, come on, stop scrolling down, bro. Well, he's still down. All I seen was the first 3.
Okay. Well, they'll line up here.
We got Rowdy first, Pat second, Bags third, Slade fourth, Trey fifth, AJG sixth, J-Mon 7th, Razor 8th, from the back 9th, A-Trout 10th.
All right, here we go. Now we have a good.
Stage 2.
Yep. Now we got a good view. Now we can see who's where. So now we should be able to keep right on par here.
Our 4 cup guys in the top 4.
Big surprise, right?
Yeah, big surprise.
Oh,
but
yeah.
These guys want to race with them. These guys, I was talking to a bunch of them earlier, man. And I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, they're not going to go easy on these guys. This is their series, not the Cup guys' series. And honestly, I mean, they should race them hard. I don't care what lap it is. It would be the one time I'd give somebody an exception to, hey, race one of these Cup guys hard because, first of all, this isn't their series.
We have a spin in the back. I didn't get to see who that was. Let's kind of go back here through the field. Sorry, it takes a second to. Looks like the 87 appears to have been involved. I don't see anybody else behind him. So who we got here in the 87 there in our GDU? The 87 and the 41 are definitely. They're kind of behind the pack, but they didn't lose too much time. It looks like. Is there someone else?
87 is Razor Sharp. Who was the other one?
The 41. Okay, we have the. Here we go. We have the 92. He's way back. So he must have been the one that got the worst part of that deal. So
92 is Ghost.
Ghost. Okay. Yeah, he got the worst part of that. Everyone else is kind of up here. The 41 and the 87, they definitely lost some time, but I don't think they lost too much time. They can still see the field right there in front of them, and based on their setups and how they drive, they should be okay. Let's get back up here to the front. Let's see if we can
Rowdy is our leader in the 19 truck right now.
Yep.
Heard he was hitting some wicked times earlier in the day. And he's got the 28, which is Bags right behind him.
Rowdy's pretty much fast at any track we go to, but in particular the short tracks. He's got those short tracks figured out. He knows how to get around them fast, and keep his car. We have a car in the wall there. Didn't get to see exactly who that was. Looks like they didn't lose too much time. They were able to hold it. And you know, that's one of those things. Maybe they got a little loose coming out of 4 and had to gather it up down the straightaway and then got into the wall. Or sometimes you really try to arc that corner. You know, you really want to get as close to the wall as you can, and then kind of cut it kind of late and cut that corner. And maybe he got a little too close to the wall and got sucked in. That happens from time to time.
It will do that, and sometimes like you just see that person, he's just like right in front of you, and you're like, you know, you're a few car lengths behind him, but you're like, you know what, I want to get to his bumper, and you just kind of overdrive the turn just a little bit and get back into the throttle too soon and smack the wall.
Yeah.
These 4 guys out front, I don't think you're going to see too much of that. These guys know what they're doing. You know, they were all in our Tuesday race at Dover. Outside of that, man, you got a lot of guys, like I mentioned a million times, these guys in this race. These truck guys, they want to race with these guys, but it's starting to show where the speed is. We'll see if we have a long green flag run, we're going to see if these fast guys have the fall off, and if these truck guys that have been practicing all week for it can gain on them on the long run.
Yeah.
We only got 32 laps in this stage.
I just want to let everyone know, if you see the screen across the top and this says 21 Bags is not in the 21. I do believe that is from the back. Bags is actually in the 28. The 28 truck. So he's, I think we got some racing going on right here. By the way, let's focus on that.
It also says Rowdy's in the 919.
Yeah, but he's actually the 19. But I think that's because it's one of those like special trucks, because there's a couple of different numbers. But
yeah,
so just so you know, the Ooh, we're 3 wide here. We're 3 wide here in the back. Ooh, the 21 got into the 51, and that sent the car on the outside there into the wall. So maybe definitely a little mistake there about 21. They were 3 wide. They were holding it pretty well, but then he definitely pushed up into the car on the inside, and now he's got a little bit of Had a little bit of contact there from the 20. I don't know if the 20 was sending a message there or what, but they definitely made some contact.
You want to take a guess of who our new leader is?
Bags?
Yeah.
Yep, there he is, the 28 out front. Then we got, and then there's Pat.
He's looking underneath him.
While those two battle it out, that's going to allow Pats to close in a little bit, and he's just kind of waiting for those two. Pats is the kind of guy, he'll sit there, he'll let them wear their equipment out. They'll wear those tires out, and then the next thing you know, here comes Pat. So, look, if Pats can finish the race, and I know he's had some issues lately with his PlayStation overheating, and then some issues with his wheel there, but I think he's got a lot of it worked out. And if he can keep it worked out, man, he's going to be winning some races. And there he is. I mean, he's all over him now.
I don't know if you've seen him Monday night. Obviously, dominant car, 3/4 of the way through a run. I mean, he was tearing the field up. And then late in the race, Diesel, Jay Hyper. Well, Jay Hyper ended up having some issues in stage 3, but Diesel Piles, and who ended up winning the race, they caught him right there at the end, and Diesel passed him for the win, and Pats he's itching as he's looking. He's looking for an opportunity. Pats is one of the most considerate individuals in this game. He's not going to just put his nose this early in the race somewhere where it might not belong. But I can tell that this guy wants to win a race. It don't matter what series it's in, and he has the ability to do it in every series. I mean, he's racing 2 Cup guys in a truck right now.
Here we go. I thought he might take a peek to the inside there at a turn 4, but he kind of backs off it. Is he going to take a peek here and the turn 1? No, he's going to look under the 19 of Rowdy though. He's probably going to follow Bags through there, and that's a smart move. No need to go 3 wide. Let the car in front of you make the move. Get that guy on the outside, then you just follow him through. Then once you're both clear, then you go ahead and get to the next guy. Sometimes that's just smart racing. Why push the guy out of the way when you can let the car in front of you do it?
And then you got Slade behind him, and I mean, what do? You let you let Pats make his move and then decide to make your move after he does, as he gets shuffled back, and now Slade's in third. Slade, he's not gonna mind. If he gets to somebody's bumper, he's probably gonna tap it a little bit, especially when it's one of these Cup regulars. I don't think he's gonna mind too much doing that.
Yeah, Slade definitely. Slade is a good driver, obviously. Number 1 overall pick on the PS4 side. Whenever the draft, went down for the E NASCAR Pro League. But I will say, he's good and he's patient, but he's at times he kind of forgets about the patience and he kind of goes a little hard. He's like we all want to be up front and leading the race and getting on TV and or YouTube, the broadcast, and have the commentators talk about you. But sometimes, for me, I'm the kind of guy that likes to just I'm there, and then you can talk about me at the end. But Slade, sometimes he really likes to be out front. It's kind of like he's like Smoke Fan a little bit. Like he really wants to be in the lead.
I'm getting ready to make that comparison.
Yeah. But at the same time, Slade does have a good head about him of when it's okay to push it and whatnot. And actually, he's coming to pit road, so looks like he got on pit road pretty cleanly there.
Guys, we got the 74 coming down pit road. That's Trey, my pick to win the race. We got a lot of guys coming down to pit road. They're splitting these stages in half, which is not a bad idea. But I also realized when I was practicing earlier today, you actually get more on fuel than what the estimated fuel is. I believe it starts out at 24. You can get 27 laps on a tank of fuel. Come in, take 2 tires, and then get 4 freshies, after stage 2. I don't know. If it were me, because I had a car where I was only losing 2/10 at most until I ran my car out of fuel. There wasn't a whole lot of fall off, but these guys are wanting to split the stages up, and draft is key here. Not completely, but
Well, I will tell you that Bags and Rowdy are on a little bit different strategy because they're staying out. They're not pitting yet. Slade's already hit pit road. Pat's hit pit road. By the way, both those entrances to pit road look pretty good and pretty clean. So we'll see how these guys go. I know Bags is usually pretty good about getting on pit road, but he's had some outside factors affect him getting on pit road in our league races a lot lately. Let's see how it works there.
Talladega was.
All right, there we go.
He had a chance to win there, but.
Looks like the 19 and the 28 got on pretty well. They didn't touch each other. I don't think they were speeding. They look, at least to the naked eye, that they got down to speed in time. So, all right, we'll see where they come out. I'm not sure how this cycles around. Sure would like to know.
I'm trying to find out for you. I know we got.
Now Slade, we can kind of follow Slade here and get a good idea because he was the first one to pit. So, and the way these tires are, he may actually come out ahead of these guys. Based on the fact that he has fresher tires by a lap, even just one lap can really make a difference. Now, what's weird is
also have to take into consideration is the other two guys, Bags and Rowdy, drafting for an extra lap. Like I said, the fall off not being too crazy. Them two guys drafting might have helped.
It just depends. It just honestly, it really depends on what their fall off was, though, because drafting. Is definitely the way to go. But look, there goes Slade, and he goes right. Well, that's the 19. Drafting definitely helps. But
he falls in third place.
Yep, he's in third, and then actually there's Pat's back here. So Pat's, I don't know. He pitted a lap after Slade. I'm not sure if he maybe was a little slower getting on pit road or what, but he's definitely further behind. No, he's not. He's not that far behind. I mean, I think we can see Slade on the screen, or maybe not. Maybe he did get a pony. It's pretty far. It looked like he got on pit road pretty well, but back up to the front. I'm not sure how long the 45. I'm not sure if he's a lap down or actually in fourth place. I know he said that he had a really good truck and was really looking forward to this race. We'll go back to the front.
We got some guys that we haven't talked about here in the top 5. You got AJG in 4th place and J-Mon's in 5th right now. So. Okay,
yeah, J-Mon. Yep, and that's what I was wondering. I'm not sure if they've pitted yet, so that would be interesting to see. If they have, maybe they, like you said, they pitted a little earlier, got those fresher tires, made up some time, because I do think it's kind of interesting.
I'm pretty sure they pitted way earlier. Because J-Mon's was back in 13th last time I looked.
Yep, and like I said, a lot of it could have just been how he got on pit road. He may have gone on pit road really well, and executed that pit stop. Whereas maybe some of the other guys sped or slowed down too much. That's another thing you can do. You can slow down way too early and really cost yourself. You really got to be precise on how you get on pit road and how you make that time up. It's it's one of the scary games, man. You want to get on as absolutely fast as you can. However, you don't want to speed. So
you have any conspiracies of how you get a good pit time?
I don't know. The best thing you can do is turn your, make sure it says repair damage, even though it's 0. Make it, and your damage isn't on. Make sure that's off. And honestly, I mean, I've heard that like the Chevys, I think, have faster pit stops than the Fords, or maybe it's vice versa. I'm not sure, but I don't know that any of that's true. I think it's probably just kind of randomized. Would be nice to see a way for us to be able to control that, but you just got to kind of go with what you. I do think they have it somewhat adjusted to like the teams, right? Like if you're driving in the Cup Series, for example, for like Joe Gibbs and they're usually Kyle Busch's team specifically. I think is known usually for pretty good pit stops, I believe. You may be better off than maybe driving like the 38 car, that's like technically not an official car, you know what I mean? That's kind of in the game. But that's just a theory.
They would just make it like equal. If you have those like specific settings on how you want to pit, what you want done on pit road, I think that should dictate what your time is, because I think it's unfair, for somebody to be driving the 38 car and have a slower pit stop when that team isn't even realistic.
I mean,
think that's kind of a little unfair in my opinion.
I guess I totally feel it, and I agree. And I tell you what, I've been on both ends of that. I've been on the end where I've gotten out ahead of somebody because my pit crew was faster for no reason other than they just were in the game than the other guys. And I've been on
and you hit 16
yeah,
the next pit stop.
yeah. But at the same time, it's one thing, you kind of hate it, but at the same time, like in real life, I mean, your crew can be killing it all night, and then they go out there and have one little, drop a lug nut or something, or one little thing happen, and now they've lost some time. So, and there's things to it too. Like, if you add, you gotta think about this. If you're just changing 4 tires and fuel, then you're gonna have a good stop. As soon as you start adjusting some wedge and things like that, you're gonna add possibly I don't know, 3 or 4 tenths to a second, and that's real life. I mean, even in real life, when they have the five member crews, that are out there now. Now, when it was 6, it wasn't a big problem, but now there's 5. Somebody's got to like put on the tire, reach up, make that crank. If it's just one crank, but imagine 2 or 3, and it doesn't look like it to the naked eye, but there's a little bit of time right there that you're losing on pit road. So maybe in the game here, when you're making some wedge adjustments, that's kind of true to life, that you're gonna be just a shade slower because you got to get that adjustment in.
And I agree with that realism, part of it. But it's like, this is a video game. I think that unlucky scenarios just shouldn't happen to you. If you were able to choose, how many, lugs you wanted to take, or, you wanted to make these fine-tuned adjustments other than just tire pressure, wedge, and tape on pit road, I would definitely understand, the possibility of someone accidentally dropping the jack stand.
That'd be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? Like you're out here dominating a race, and they drop the jack stand on you. And you're like, what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be frustrating, wouldn't it?
We are coming to 2 to go here in stage 2.
Yep, and what I can see right now is we got J-Mons in 5th, AJG in 4th. I believe Slade is in 3rd, and we'll go ahead and move our camera out here if we can. To
Rowdy is pulling away from Bags.
Yeah, Rowdy's got something. He's got to figure it out. Definitely.
He's got a heater. And
yeah, it does.
Voice, Noko would say heater.
Wouldn't that become a thing, calling it a heater? Like.
Well, never mind.
I know that seems to be the thing now. Maybe Kevin Harvick can put that on his car. The next year when he has the next millennial car, because somebody's like, man, I got a heater. Let's go to the next one.
And that it ain't too late, is it? Can't they just put that on his all-star race car?
Maybe. I'll tell you what. Speaking of that car, right now, the 19 truck of the 19 truck of Rowdy is fast AF.
There we go. I dig it. Let's see what we got our stage results here. Rowdy obviously finished first, Bags second, Slade third, AJG fourth, J-Mons fifth.
RJ Smitty, are you not racing?
RKM sixth, Trey seventh, A-Trout eighth, Razor Sharp ninth, VA Red Lake 10th.
All right.
We got Pat is sitting back there in 11th.
He must have sped or something getting on pit road. Or maybe,
I'm thinking he caught a pit road penalty here. Republicans 12th.
Or maybe they dropped the jack on him. His wheel went rolling across pit road. Yeah. All right. So, any predictions? I think Pat's probably gonna drive through the field here. J-Mon's got himself up to 5th there for that, so that was pretty good on him. I mean, that shows a lot of power. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Unless any of these guys can hit 221 miles per hour, like they did in the Indy cars here in 2000 when they first brought them here. I really don't see that being.
I don't know what happened right there. Look at the 28. Maybe it got hooked or hit the apron or something. But man, they just went. They were just gone. Let's see if I can see the replay there.
Bags isn't even in the top 10 now. He
they went
from second to the back. Quick.
Yeah, they went down into the corner, and just I don't know what happened. They literally just he hooked. So he may have caught the apron in the shade, or he checked up and maybe someone got him. I don't know. Couldn't get a good view on that. But wow, took out the good thing. Damage isn't on, because that would kind of ruin your night. And thank you, Tanner Berryhill, for tuning in. Seems like your pick for the to win the race, the 2 car there, the 02. All right, let's see.
Slade.
Slade's in the 20, right?
That's a good pick. He's always there.
Oh yeah, Slade is in the 02. Okay. Slade, come on,
Give me
man.
1 second.
All right, well there they go. So now Bags is gonna have to fight back through the field, and looks like Rowdy's gonna have to as well. And there's the 45 of J-Mon's right there in the front where he said he was gonna be, and he's actually gonna look to the outside maybe a little bit. Nope. He's gonna. The Slade went up there to block him. Oh, we got some car spinning in the back here. Looks like everyone's starting to go a little hard in the paint. It would seem. It's the end of the, or it's in the last stage, coming down to it here. There's probably only about 40 laps to go. So guys are gonna start driving hard, maybe making some moves that earlier in the race they weren't. But I don't know. Slade definitely looked like he possibly put a block on the 45 there. Which, I don't blame him. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, looks like the 45 is gonna start in third. So, alright, another restart. I wonder if these guys are gonna pit at all. Alright, so we got a prediction for the 02 car to win. We got the 4 car to win. I'm gonna go with the 45. Why not? That was my original pick anyway, so I'm gonna stick with it. But I do anticipate seeing Pats coming through the field. That man, he could drive a car, and it was unfortunate we didn't get to see him in the Pro League. I sure would like to have him in the Pro League racing with us, but it is awesome that he's going to be working with me during the season, so helping me out with the cars and the setup. So I'm pretty excited about that. Well, we're back underway. And Slade pulls out to the lead there, and the 45 car's on the outside. See if he can make it work on the outside. A lot of these tracks, it's so hard on the outside. Like, the outside will work during the race when you get into a run, but on the restarts, it seems like the outside just does not go at almost all of these tracks, especially the mile and a half. It's like they just put a big parachute on you for some reason. So the 45 is going to go from no problem. The 45 is going to go from like third, starting on the outside to all the way back to the back. And actually, we had a car spinning there. Look at the 98 spun on the pit road. I don't think he got a penalty because I don't think he actually went in the entrance. But unfortunately, he's going to lose a lot of time and have to get it back to speed. We got a truck in the wall there, a yellow truck. Let's see that. Oh, you got some action up front here.
Saved it.
Yeah. Save it, fellas.
I want to make a comment about that outside line. It never does get going, but there is one place that you would like to start on the outside, and that is Bristol.
Oh, yeah. That's about the only place, right? I would say, yeah, Bristol.
That's about it.
Yeah. Bristol,
that
yeah.
Is about it.
But pretty much any other track, you're just doomed, if you go to the outside.
It's pretty bad. Iowa is... I don't mind starting on the outside at Iowa. I'll take it straight to the fence in turn 1 at Iowa, but because you don't want to be running the middle of the track at Iowa or Kansas.
Oh, the 19, he's made his way back up there after that little incident a few cautions ago. So here he comes, and he's probably going to be all over the 02 of Slade and see if he has any patience. And there's Pat's ace, man. After whatever happened on pit road, we don't know what it was, but it definitely lost some time. But there he is, 4th place, ready to make some moves.
A 51 RKM on the bottom of the track here. Don't know what happened to him exactly, but he's keeping it down there, staying at everyone plays, so props to him on that.
Pats is making the move on AJ or AGT, I think it is, or AJT on the 18.
That's AJG.
AJG. I was close. I got it all. I was somewhat right.
Close. AJT, he's the dude that's been holding the Dirt Series together.
We still have a Dirt Series?
Oh, we do. And,
no.
I'm telling you now, I'd really, really, really like to see us get those final playoff races.
Oh, no, we got a couple of trucks spunning back here. We got the 21 and the I can't see who the other truck is, but they spawned. Yep, there's a 21
that's
and
the 70. That's the 74 of Trey. That
ooh,
was my pick to win the race.
the 18 just put a bumper to the 24. And I'll tell you what, Pats is a real nice guy, and he'll give plenty of room and space and try to keep it chill in the track. But you start putting a bumper to him like that in the corner, he's going to get upset. And you know, you might make the move around him, but you may not want to be there afterwards.
He's going to return the favor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's one of those guys that he won't do much during the race when it comes to like moving people out of the way or making contact. But you start bumping him and cutting his nose off and you know, hit him in the corner. I'll tell you what, better watch out, because when he gets a chance, he's gonna give it right back.
Yep. Now we're sitting here. We probably. Well, wow, we still got a lot of laps left. We got about 63 laps left. We're looking at least, if we go green here long term,
two pit stops.
Looking at 2 pit stops.
Yeah, because I think they're getting about, from what my guesstimate was, close to 20 laps, or was that over?
It shows 24 when you start the next stage on a fresh tank, but you can actually get 27 just hauling, you know, driving your hardest around the track. You can get 27.
Oh, can you? Okay.
That's one thing I didn't share with anyone today, because that was the one thing I don't think anyone. I mean, I'm sure these cut guys were probably testing that, but a lot of other guys I don't think they were. I figured that might have been my one advantage, because these guys all day were running faster lap times than me, and then I went into qualifying and hit my first 5 of the day. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's I tell you what, fuel mileage is one of those things, man. You know, you love it or hate it, right? Like, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, you know, there's tracks out there that I feel like I'm really, really good at, and I want to go run and be fast and take it to the max and mix it up. But then you kind of look at the fuel and you go, ooh, maybe I should take it easy a little bit, you know, not get too crazy, you know. And then there's other tracks that, you know, I realize that, okay, I'm not very good here, so I got to do something, you know. And that's usually when I'm like, all right, fuel strategy is where it's at. But then when you do that, the guys that are really good there are like, come on, what is this? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that, you know, I guess it's good and bad. You know, you just gotta play the hand you're dealt, and play it smart. And I think we get a good mix a lot of guys that play strategy and play, or maybe not play strategy, but play strategy, and then you go out there and just put the power down and try to see if they can't just make enough distance to where that fuel saving's not going to work out anyways.
Well, if the fuel saving comes into consideration, I always talk about a couple guys that are good at it. You've always been known to be one of them.
Yep.
And that's just kind of your motto, is fuel saving. You're pretty good at it. And
hey, you know, just
the long green flags run.
Just to throw in there, like, you know, the guys you ever watch the in-car cameras for like during the NASCAR race? Like, I watched the Chase Elliott's in-car during the Talladega race, right? You know, they literally fire up the car. You know, gentlemen, start your engines, or drivers, start your engines. They fire up the car. Okay, it started. They shut it off. And then they shut it. They turn it on. They're going down pit road behind the pace car, and then they shut it off and coast. I mean, on the pace laps, you know, and this isn't like hey, my crew chief's done hit me up and said, hey, I need you to save 3 or 4 laps. It just automatically go into like fuel saving mode. And I do the same thing on here. As soon as we take our little pace lap, I am in neutral, rolling around the track, just saving at it a little bit. And I'll tell you what, it makes the difference and works. But didn't mean to cut you off there. I just wanted to kind of point that out before we kind of went more. But here comes Bags.
Really
Bags.
Awesome to hear. Oh crap! I didn't realize. I just now looked up at my screen, and Rowdy has pulled away again. Yeah,
Rowdy's pulled away, and then here's Bags. He's actually caught up to this group. Slade had fallen back a little bit. Slade actually might be on the fuel saving thing. That's kind of what he does as well. Like, Slade is kind of like me. If he can go out there and run and do things, that's what he's going to do. As soon as like he has maybe a little bobble, mistake, or something like that, he goes to the fuel thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's doing that right now or he just kind of struggling a little bit, but definitely Rowdy, man. He's bye-bye, you know.
Well, we are going to have a full fuel run here because we've seen these guys split the stages in half a lot throughout the race. Here in the third stage, you're not going to have that option. You're going to have to pit twice unless for some reason you can save a whole bunch between 2 fuel runs, and even then I think you're going to lose way too much time to the leader. I don't think that's worth it.
It just depends, honestly. We haven't had a chance to see what kind of fall off Rowdy has, because like you said, they split, they kind of short pitted and split the stage last time. And maybe that's, like you said, we kind of wonder how Jamon's got up there. Maybe he just didn't pit, and he looked strong there. Even if he didn't pit, he looked strong at the end of that stage. So if they take the full fuel run, she sells seashells. I think I messed that up too. But if they do the full run here, then we might actually see some fall off and see who has that long run car.
We're getting ready to see pit stops here in the next 10 laps. And Jamon, as you mentioned, he's sitting 6th place right now, about 3.5 seconds behind the leader. He's behind a group of 4 in front of him, but they're kind of in a line. He's not losing too much time on him, but he's losing about a 10th a lap.
Yeah.
He just needs that drafting partner. 6 on back. I don't know where they're at.
Let's check out some other guys. Let's get some other guys some screen time. I'm not the best. See, I'm a better. I know just talk. I'm probably not the best.
You talk about numbers. I got the roster wrote down here in front of me.
No, I'm just saying I'm not the best producer. Like when it comes to let's focus on a car, because I keep forgetting that I'm the one changing the camera angles for you.
You get so into the moment. That you
Yeah.
kind of forget about the note. Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we just been following these guys forever. It's probably boring. Here we go with this is Jay Mons. Now he's the guy we were talking about earlier that we think maybe he had a really good long run car. Maybe he didn't even pit that last time, possibly. And if that's the case, that looks good for him. And kind of watching him ride along with him here a little bit. He's getting awful high in the corner there. Maybe he can back out the corner a little more.
High off 4. Even the 4 guys in front of him, the cut guys that are there in front of him, they were exiting high off 4. And actually, that was how I hit my fast time in qualifying.
Yeah.
But I did not expect to see that during the race. Obviously, you kind of want to carry that high line through turns 3 and 4 when you're trying to hit that one heat and just send it down the front stretch and get as much speed as you can get carrying it into 1 and 2. But I'm telling you, man, I was sitting here looking at the guys who are locked for tonight on points, and one of them guys is Will from the back. Rough night so far in stage 3. Hopefully he can play some sort of strategy, get himself a good finish. He really needs it. I believe he's our point leader right now in our truck series.
Here goes the 28 around the 24 there for position. And actually the 18's going to go with him.
VA Red Lake.
Oh, the 24's coming to pit road. Coming to pit road, so they're coming a lot sooner than I think we expected. They must be cutting it in half again.
I don't know if they're. Well, I knew they were getting close, but maybe their fall off was getting a little too much. This might be the chance where we see somebody who hasn't been up there yet today.
The 45's on pit road as well.
Everyone's here. I've seen 2 cars not take pit road so far.
Yeah, so far
these guys are the ones that have a middle ground.
Oh, the 18 and 28, hard time getting on pit road. I'm not sure if we got there kind of late to that view. I'm not sure if the 18 got into the 28, got on loose, or the 28 got off got on that transition between the track and the apron and maybe got loose. But they made some contact, and we'll just have to see if someone got a penalty there.
Penalties are always issues when you have people group pitting. It's hard to dictate if you're not in a party with them. It's hard to tell.
And well, you still, if someone gives the sign, you should be able to do that. I mean, honestly, if you kind of signal down the backstretch, hey, I'm pitting, which easily done by kind of just dropping below the line for a second and then coming up. That's usually the universal NASCAR heat 3 signal that I'm pitting. It should be okay. But you're right. Sometimes people aren't paying attention, or maybe you just check up a little bit more than they were expecting, and you get that contact. Let's roll with the 45.
Less than 50 go. see what we got here. We got 48 to go. We're cycling through pit stops. I'll try to get you a counter here in just a moment. I'm watching J-Mon stream. He's in 8th place. I'm not even sure if he's pitted yet. He has not pitted. He is actually 1 lap ahead of everyone else. So we still got 6 guys that haven't pitted. Republican hasn't pitted. And you can tell he just went into the wall off 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how long these guys stay out. I don't, you know, what do they think? I mean, maybe they have some thoughts on that, or you know, maybe they practice something and they're like, all right, this is my time to shine.
Like I was saying, man, you know, you had times that were 2 to 3 tenths quicker in qualifying than you do other guys, and we mentioned earlier about how the guys that qualified fast in qualifying, that doesn't mean they're going to have a fast truck in the race. They might have that severe fall off. Them guys that were running 6s and 7s might have a good long run car where they're only losing a tenth or 2 on the long run. And if they do that, and if they know they have that, why not just run your truck out of fuel, go down pit road, take 4 tires, enough fuel, and maybe go into conservation mode and start saving.
Yeah, definitely. I think the 21 is our leader right now. That's my guess. I mean, he had that little issue there earlier, but I don't think he's pitted. I really don't. I don't remember seeing him coming down pit road. I could be wrong on that, but we get a check. And also, NRG, if you don't mind, can you send the boss man AJ an invite to this party?
Uh-oh. Dad's coming.
Yeah. I think he wants to come in and join the booth. And
you're gonna have to accept it, but blue screen for just a moment.
All right, sorry about the blue screen for just a second. I hate to do that.
But I will tell you now, we got Clayton 4th and J-Mon is just eating his bumper up high. That's what I want to see. I want to see these truck guys getting these truck guys. No room. Just give it to these guys, man. Let them have it.
Yep, definitely. Well,
I mean, Jason, I mean, from personal experience, being in these truck races or Xfinity races, what do you want to see from the regulars in that series when you're racing?
I mean, I want to see, like, I want to see fast racing. I want to see clean racing. I want to see respect on the track, but I want to see you actually, but I do want to see you taking it hard. Like, I want to know that when you hopefully make it up to the Cup Series, because I think that's the idea at the end of the day, right? I want to know that whenever Bags and myself go into the corner with you, and maybe I decide to go outside and Bags goes low, we both know that we can take you 3 wide in any corner wherever we go, and you're going to stick it just like us, and we're going to go 3 wide and put on a show for the fans, you know, and have a good little race. And I've seen some of these guys do that. I think even a couple weeks at Pocono, Bags and I did that to J-Mon's. I think we went 3 wide on him in turn 1, and we all went through there just fine. You know, that's the kind of things I want to see. So I definitely want him to race hard. I don't want anybody to be like, oh well, I don't want to pass, you know, so and so or whatever. Because you know,
if you want to go to the screen, watch 4th and 5th place. You got Slade and J-Mons. I mean, J-Mons is just eating Slade's bumper up right now, and I love it. I mean, he is just all over him. And he gave him a few taps here and there. I think he's just trying to wear him down here. And I mean, I tell you what, like I mentioned earlier, he has impressed the heck out of me since he has been in here. And he hasn't been in Midnight very long, but he is a hell of a driver.
Yeah, he's definitely impressed, and he's been one of those guys like we were talking about that he runs fast, but he runs smart. He runs patient. He's respectful on the track, but can also put it down when need be.
Well, we also we have Dad here. What's up, AJ?
What's up, fellas?
You're live in the MBN broadcast booth. Anything you'd like to add?
getting very exciting here in all three of our series at midnight because we're about 70% of the way through all of our seasons. So
that's crazy to think about.
Getting pumped for the playoffs, man. It's going to be fun because once the playoffs hit in all three of our series, it's anyone's ball game.
Man, it's amazing how time flies because it feels like just yesterday midnight was created and born and all the, you know, and then the series, and you know, we've even had time to do like what do you call it, like a reassessment point, you know, which is normal when it comes to new groups and things like that, and here we are, only a few races away from the playoffs on all these series. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty cool. What are your thoughts about, you know, where midnight is and where it's going, AJ?
Oh man, midnight it's been honor from the administration to the people the founding members, the people that really helped to make this go, the sponsors, the fans, even like the drivers. We're just a big family here, and it's amazing. It really is. And I expect even bigger things in season 2. So
I agree, but before we go any further, look at this battle for third.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't want to.
Slade and J-Mons are just going at it.
I didn't want to cut
track these guys down.
I didn't want to cut AJ off there, but I was like, oh my God, these guys were all all 4 cars were nose to tail touching going into the corner there, but they all kept her straight. And man, what about that's got to be fun. Oh no, the 21, something's wrong with the 21. He's spinning on the track there and almost got up into those guys.
Oh man,
we're trying to get to him.
Rough night, man.
He has. He didn't get into him. It looked like he was able to keep it off of him. Caution doesn't come out, and we can continue with this good racing. Don't worry, you're not missing anything up front. Rowdy has disappeared from bags. And then actually, I think these 4 cars.
You haven't seen that happen.
What's that?
That fall off I was talking about for Rowdy, it's not happening. These 4 cars here, if they can get back together, they should just work together. Oh, we got a big wreck. Oh, I think caution's going to come out here. I believe that was Pat's and Trey.
The 18 definitely involved. I'm not sure what happened there. You know, after as much as was going on there, like something was kind of bound to happen, man. They were going at it, but you know, I like to see that.
Yeah, we got top 10 here. We got well, we did. J-Mons is in 5th, 8 Shots in 6th, AJG 7th, Razor Sharp 8th, Detox, Ghost 9th, Red Leg 10th, Republican 11th, Trey 12th from the back, 13th, RKM 14th. I don't know what's going on up top here. I imagine obviously Slade, Bags, Pats, Rowdy. I think that's our top 4. Yeah, Rowdy's in the lead.
And actually, before we well, actually, we're gonna get kicked off here. I'm trying to get to the right car. Go back, camera. Sorry, I'm not a producer. So also, like, we're gonna take the restart here and have some good action. But I did want to say thank you to our sponsors. We kind of did it earlier, but then we kind of lost that stream, and we'll probably end up just deleting that because we didn't get any race action. But I do want to say thank you to Rotor Imports. They're our main sponsor for the truck series. So thank you to them. Go to RoninImports.com for some great stuff. They got some great 3-piece wheel sets, all kind of car accessories. They just made some really cool keys, like for like different types of import cars and stuff. Awesome stuff. But check them out, RoninImports.com. You can get you some cars. You can get car parts. They've even got those little, like, you know those cars they got in Japan, they're like the little trucks, like the little cab with the flatbed stuff. They got some of them you can get.
Yeah, Bubble has one.
Yeah, you know, yeah, you can get some of them, man. But check him out. Patrick is one of the owners, one of the founders of that. He's a good friend of mine from the military. Great guy. You can definitely trust him. He'll take care of you. So check him out. And also want to mention the Wooden Vine restaurant in Uptown Charlotte.
Oh no.
So the Wooden Vine is something that I was featured up with everyone that my family owns in Uptown Charlotte, and they've really enjoyed the races online here. They watch them all the time and support us, and they wanted to kind of get involved. And let's be honest, there's a lot of people coming to Charlotte for some racing soon, so we'd love to get some crowd in there for the for the 600 and All-Star Week. So be sure to check out the Wooden Vine in Uptown Charlotte if you travel to Charlotte anytime soon for the NASCAR races, or maybe just anytime you happen to be in Charlotte. Check us out. And then we also want to thank, who else we thanking, AJ? I know I'm forgetting some people.
Pocono Raceway for being a proud supporter of our Cup Series.
Supporter.
Burris Tires, go buy yourself some Burris Tires. They're our sponsor of the Xfinity Series, our Burris Midlife Series. And Speedway Collective, it's a fantasy NASCAR thing. They sponsor our Beginner Series. Also Tanner Berryhill and Travis Braden. And also I want to say thank you to our law enforcement police officers, as it is Blue Stripe Week.
Thank you, everyone.
We thank you for your service of our states, and knowing that Memorial Day weekend's coming up, I want to say here in a couple weeks we'll be honoring the military for a week straight, as Jason was a military vet.
Also, thank you.
Well, thanks, guys. I do want to say that I appreciate that, but let's remember too that Memorial Day is about those that are no longer with us. So I hope we'll, we'll make sure we give those guys those are the real heroes that deserve the recognition. So
absolutely, and you know what, man. Anyone that's in law enforcement, even our firefighters or EMTs, to the military,
first responders,
everybody, they're all heroes. It don't matter if you are just new to the service or you're thinking about joining the service and you do. I mean, these guys are heroes, man. They protect things here at home and they protect things overseas when something has to be done. So thank you to all them guys. But as we were sitting here talking, I seen about 3 wrecks. I seen Jay Mons go around.
Yeah.
He is back. He was backwards. Will got messed up. And Rowdy has pulled away. He is probably a good solid 3 to 4 seconds ahead.
Well, we're speaking
second place.
Speaking of the military, Rowdy's Rowdy must be in the F-22, and he's hit the afterburners. He has gotten supersonic, bro, because he is gone. So
there's 18 laps to go, 17 laps to go, or no, 23 laps to go. Sorry, but they have to pit one more time unless they're saving fuel. And before we start talking, I was getting ready to ask you when there was 30 to go when they took the green flag again. And like I mentioned earlier, you can get 27 laps on fuel just hauling it.
Oh, I'm trying to save them.
Save fuel off the rip?
Yeah. Maybe if I was up front, maybe I'm battling it. Especially like maybe being the truck race where I'm not running for points. I'm gonna say, hey, let's just go. Let's battle. But if I'm out here trying to score some points and I can make it without pitting, especially if I'm within still like 4 or 5 seconds of the leader. I mean, maybe if you're 30 seconds, or not 30, like 15 on back up from the leader, maybe your best bet is to just go ahead and pit, because like you said, you may lose too much time. But if you're within 5, 6, 7 seconds of the leader, all the way up to about maybe 14 seconds, I'd just stay out there, try to conserve a little fuel, and I'm not pitting. I'm staying out there.
Do you think we're done with cautions?
Well, that's a good question. We've had some really hard racing, and they've kept it clean for the most part. But
second on back, I mean, you got a couple packs here. I mean, anything could happen. As you see the 92 get off the wall, and I think who's that? The 23 getting underneath.
We see we got the 28 here, the 24 here, and then the trying to see the other car is. Let me go a little closer. The 28 is coming to pit road.
Jay Mons already went down pit road.
28 is going to pit road, so he's not going. He can't make it apparently, or he doesn't want to try.
If you're passing this lap and you see these guys going down pit road, I'm going into full fuel conservation mode. These guys are already going to be a lap down. They're not. I mean, if they pass you, who cares? Because they're still behind you on the leaderboard. You might as well not pit.
That's what I'm thinking. If you can make it, I would stay out. Especially and if they're really, really gonna catch you and run you down, they're gonna have to take tires, at least 2. So there's more time. Oh, we got a wreck.
Oh,
we got a car.
Is in the wall.
I think that was a product of guys trying to get on pit road. No, it wasn't Slade. That was the 20 car.
Oh, never mind.
Caution has not come out.
Oh, that was AJG.
Caution has not come out. So, ooh, that's gonna hurt some guys.
This game will do that, and man,
Rowdy is still out there. He hasn't come to pit road yet. So, Bags is going with the. I'm gonna try to take some tires, probably, and try to chase this dude down. Rowdy, he has such a lead on everyone. He could probably come down pit road, get him 2 tires and a splash and go.
Car.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had such a lead. I mean, heck, I would take 4 tires, knowing how good and how dominant your car is. I'd take 4 tires just in case there's that late race caution. Take 4 tires, just take just enough fuel, and go.
I think once we get to a certain point here, though, if there was a late race caution, most people would pit, and those that didn't
saving fuel
would probably be in a big. What's that?
Slade is saving fuel.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised. That's definitely a Slade move right there. He does that quite often. See if Rowdy's going to pit here.
He's behind Bags right now.
I want to ride around with Rowdy and see when he's going to pit. I don't think he pitted yet. I'm pretty sure we didn't miss that.
No, I don't think he has. He's just been hauling it.
He definitely hit on the setup here, and he's got the rhythm down. You know, and sometimes coming to pit road can break your rhythm. You know, you're just in the zone of like.
In 6th.
Let's see if he comes on this time. Nope. Maybe Rowdy can make it too. You know, Rowdy has such a leaders. Rowdy had such a lead. He may have a 4-gear setup in, and may have, or a 3-gear setup in. He may have thrown her in 4th a while ago, and is not worried about losing time. I mean, Bags pit, so he doesn't have to worry about Bags. Did Pats pit? I didn't see if Pats pitted. Did he pit? I don't remember.
I don't know if he has, because J-Mons is a lap down, and Pats is 11 seconds ahead of him, and Pats is in 6th. I'm not sure what happened here. I mean, J-Mons did go around here. That was after that last caution. So I would say J-Mons hasn't pit yet. Pat's probably hasn't either. Razor Sharp, I'm not sure. It's getting a little confusing. Who was the other one that was streaming? That was Red Lake. Let's see. Oh, never mind. That he's in 10th, so I don't need him there.
I think Pat's has a little lag there, possibly. All right, so we're totally confused for the most part on who's where.
The 19 is on pit road. Our leader is on pit road right now.
Oh, yeah,
Will
there he is.
Lagged out. Either Will's on pit road or Will lagged out. One of the two.
All right, well, we're here with the 28 car. He pitted early. He pitted pretty much. He's the one that started the pit road sequence, I believe, of our leaders. So we'll see how that works out for him.
We have 13 to go. Coming to 12 to go.
Do we know? I see the 18 car on pit road. Okay. And there goes the 28 by the 19, and by I mean like a lot. Like the 28 is gone, and the 18 was just, or the 19 was just now coming off pit road. I do believe that would have put Bags would have already had his lap back, and that would be him taking the lead. Need to get a confirmation on that though somehow. That'd be nice.
I'm trying, but our 2 feeds they're sitting back past the top 5.
Now Slade, I don't know if he's pitted yet, but he's still out here on the track.
Like I said, he was saving fuel. I wouldn't be surprised if he was trying to save 3 laps.
Now he's behind.
That's all he had to save was 3 laps.
Yeah, he's behind Pats. Now I don't know if he's on the same lap as Pats, one ahead, one behind. But you're right, Slade probably is trying to save. If he only needs to save 3 laps, I'm sure that's what he's doing.
We're coming to 10 to go here, if not 9 to go. Rowdy is back in 6th.
Yeah, I think he stayed out way too long if he was planning on pitting. I mean, he should have If he was planning on pitting, he should have came probably sooner. I mean, he just gave up a lot of time.
Did these guys save enough fuel, or did they save what they thought was enough and might have a chance to run out? I mean, Rowdy's right behind Slade right now, and Slade's going to let him by here easily. Slade don't mind.
Yeah, but if Slade stayed out, did Rowdy actually gain a spot on Slade right there?
I'm about to find out.
I don't think he, if Slade stayed out, he shouldn't have. That's the question.
He shouldn't have.
Like, as far as I can tell, I would think
Trey's in second, saving fuel. But 10 laps. I mean, if you're already trying to save fuel with 10 laps to go,
if he's in second, who's in? If he's in second, who's in first?
I don't know. All I seen was J-Mon's passed Trey. Trey's in 8th, or Trey's in second. J-Mon's in 8th, a lap down. So.
All right, this is difficult to figure out.
It's more than difficult. This is why I wish we had a ticker.
Yeah. Definitely would make it easier. I think.
Oh, yeah. So Rowdy did gain a couple positions because now A Trout is in second, Razor Sharp is in 7th.
Okay. We still don't know who the leader is, though, right?
I have no idea.
What number?
I'm guessing Bags.
What number? Yeah, it might be. But like I said, if somebody has stayed out and not pitted, then it'd be them. But
I know Trey was second, but he was so far off the pace that. I mean, he just let a guy that was a lap down like fly by him. I mean, it wasn't even like close.
yeah.
Trey was like almost in the wall, so I'm imagining his right front tire was completely shot.
Right.
But we have like 7 to go. Make that 6.
All right. Well, man, it'd be nice to focus on the right car here.
Who's Bags around? Bags is, I mean, I'm sitting here watching Rowdy. He's getting ready to try to pass Pats.
Did Pats
And then
pit?
he's got-
I don't remember. I think maybe he did, but see, if Pats and Slade didn't pit and they were saving fuel, then to me that would tell me that when Rowdy passes them, that's passing them getting back on the. We have an 87 car or truck around. He nailed the wall. Don't know why or what happened, but he crushed it.
No caution as of yet.
He's going again, and it was just a single car. It looked like. Maybe that's a truck that was out there trying to save fuel and tires, and the tires just got so bad and he lost it off the corner and hit the wall.
Well, Rowdy just passed Pats. He's getting ready to pass Bags here in turn 3.
Yeah.
Pats just got shuffled back to 5th, so I'm thinking that Rowdy is now in 3rd place or 2nd.
Well, let's see if we can get up there. So Rowdy passed Bags, he said?
Yeah, Rowdy passed Bags. Bags just gave it up easily. I think Bags was saving fuel.
We have a truck on pit road right now. The 74 truck is on pit road.
That's Trey. That was the one that was in the wall. It's really hard to tell what's going on here, but we are at like 2 laps to go, if not 1.
Just not sure who the leader is. It very well could be Slade.
It could be Slade.
I believe that Slade going down the backstretch and Rowdy's coming up on him really fast.
Yeah.
If it's the last lap, though, then it very well could be Slade's the lose here.
Yeah, I'm about to find out who wins.
And I believe that's Slade that...
Well, we definitely we got another lap.
Oh, we got one more, and we'll see if Slade has enough, because Rowdy is coming. He is coming.
Oh.
Slade's tires. I don't think Slade took tires.
Trying to get on Slade here. There we go.
That's the race. The race is over.
Okay.
Slade
yeah.
won.
Slade did win.
Won.
Slade did
Slade,
save.
Rowdy, and Pat's top 3.
Slade saved the fuel and stayed out. There it is.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Was Slade in the
Rowdy,
02 or the
Pats,
20?
A-Trout. He was in the 02. And then
Slade,
we had
Slade down to
Bags in
Chevy, huh?
5th.
Alright, I'm gonna invite Slade to a lobby so we can do this burnout. I'll invite you guys too.
Yeah, we probably should so we can get the stream in.
Detox goes 6th. Jamon 7th. Razor Sharp 8th. Red Leg 9th. Republican 10th. AJG 11th. Trey 12th. Wow, we had 5 cars finish on the lead lap.
Well, that happens when you gotta stay out. But Slade with the fuel mileage. We talked about fuel mileage earlier, you know. Rowdy out there with a fast, dominant car dominates the whole race, and Slade, you know, played it. He was, and you know, and to be fair to Slade, he was up there running in that group of 4 cars, and they were slicing and dicing, and it looks like he kind of just made a decision at some point to tone her down a shade and saved a few laps that he needed, and hey, Slade wins the race, so good move on him.
Sometimes you gotta, you know, outsmart the fast guy, and he did that right there.
Yep. So what we're gonna do now is a new little midnight feature, I guess you could say.
Hopefully he can redeem himself because his burnout Tuesday was weak.
Yeah, it was terrible. But we're gonna do a little burnout.
Slade.
We're gonna do another burnout here. So Slade is. We're gonna invite him to the party. We're gonna load in, and he's gonna do probably the world's weakest burnout, and then you know.
I suggested Pat's and Slade, but I can't suggest Rowdy. But I don't know if Rowdy's going to join the race or not. But we're getting ready. I'm gonna send you an invite. We're doing that right.
Yeah, let's knock that up because I gotta go to bed early, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I go into Carowinds tomorrow, chaperone my daughter's school, so that's always the best.
On the join WVU. Don't accept it yet.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait, does that mean for me too?
You can join now.
Alright. So.
Alright, we've jumped in here. Now we're going to go to watch the race, and then we're going to watch Slade do the world's worst burnout. Maybe. Might not let us in, and then we'll just call it a night. Pats, we're live right now on the stream, so we're going to be doing some interviews
Slade,
here in a second.
Live. We're getting ready to send it. Do better than Tuesday, please.
Not parking on pit road.
Nah, just do some burnouts, but do better than Slade. Alright, let's zoom in on Slade, the race winner here. See what he does. Oh, never mind. It booted me to the lobby again, and I'm not going through all this again.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So
we got our race winner in here.
Alright, so Slade, well, it sounds to me like some of your competitors are not happy with the fuel mileage strategy, but, you know, NRG and I talked about it up here, man. You guys were mixing it up. You know, as far as I can tell, everybody had the opportunity and the same amount of fuel in their tank. You saved the fuel and won the race. What do you think about that? How's it feel? Are you excited? What?
I mean, you know, winning a race by outdriving guys and actually having the speed is very exciting, but winning a race overall is still exciting nonetheless. But yeah, that's kind of what I said. I was like, everybody kind of the same idea. Everybody had the same opportunity to do so. My long run car probably going to finish around 6th, 5th, possibly 7th, even worse. I thought I had a top 4 short run car, and then probably 6th, 7th long run car. So I thought to myself, well, we finish 6th, you know, finish the race, or we try some strategy and see if it works. And I didn't think it was going to work. To be honest with you, I thought I was going to run out about 2 or 3 to go, and it'd be that. But as soon as we got about 10 to go, the fuel started ticking more and more. and we ended up saving it. We were good by about half a lap, so just barely enough. But yeah, man, it's pretty exciting to get a win, no matter what series it is. I think my first one on the wheel. That's pretty cool. Field strategy or not, but
Yeah, well, congratulations. We saw you had a fan in the YouTube there. I think some guys were picking who they thought were going to win, and actually Tanner Berryhill selected the O2 truck, which was you. So congratulations on that.
Cool.
Thanks for putting Chevrolet in victory lane. I do appreciate that. And hey, you know, it is what it is. But no, man, good job out there. Thanks, man. And next we get Pat's Ace. So Pat's, man, you know, took a little time off, come back, been racing, and had some tough luck here and there. But tonight you got you a nice solid finish. You know, tell us a little bit about it and what were your thoughts on the strategy there.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing as Slade did, and I seen Bags pit, and I was going to come down. I took 2 tires, tightened it up a little bit, and I probably had the second. I think I had the second best truck. I think Rowdy was just on a different level tonight. But either way, for me, it felt good just to be up there with the Pro League guys. I mean, if I didn't get drafted, it doesn't matter. I'm still talented enough to be there, and I just think I proved that tonight.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So, man, yeah, good performance tonight, man. It was good to see you out there. It was fun to watch out there. Yeah, it's battle. You had some really cool battles on screen. I think there was like 4 trucks at one time, nose to tail. That was pretty exciting to watch. So, congratulations. And Energy, you got anything?
No. I mean, Pat knows how it is. I appreciate that, dude. And I always love seeing him run out front. He lost one at Bristol on the strategy. Tonight, same thing. You'll get yours soon. It's coming.
Yep. Good momentum to start. All
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
take it easy.
All right, thanks, man. And do we have Rowdy in here?
I don't think so.
He's probably like, nope, thanks. That's okay. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties there in the beginning, but we were able to get it broadcasted, and I thought it was an overall good race. I know I need to work on my production skills for the camera angles, but congratulations to Slade. You know, sometimes strategy is what it is. I mean, look, if you don't have a car that can go up there and dominate and catch Rowdy, I don't have any problem with you. Like, okay, well then let's see if we can save a little fuel. You know, I mean, there's no point in running your car out and making yourself have to pit if you don't have to. So, congratulations to Slade. Good job. Thank you, Energy, for jumping out of the race and coming to the booth with me. It's definitely a lot better when there's multiple people here. So, and AJ, thanks for joining in. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on. I think there might be a broadcast tomorrow night for the developmental series. Is that correct?
We'll see. Hopefully we can get one going.
Well, hopefully there is, but if not, then definitely next week we're gonna have our Xfinity series Monday night, and then Tuesday night the Cup series heads to Indy. So it's that time of year. The Indy 500 and the IndyCar is coming just around the corner, and we'll be there in the stock cars next week. So we'll see everyone next time. Thanks for watching the Midnight Broadcasting Network. Have a good night.